Where are your kids?
No comment.
No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
Chad and Lori Vallow Daybell are set to go on trial. Their case has often led to more questions than answers. A mystery so strange and so violent that investigators are still piecing it together.
I did exactly what I felt the Lord was instructing me to do.
Here's what we know about the Daybell case and how an Arizona hairdresser and an Idaho author ended up at the center of a web of 5 suspicious deaths and allegedly cult-like religious beliefs. It was just before Christmas that police in Rexburg, Idaho pleaded with the public for help. 2 children were missing and hadn't been seen since September. 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallow was described as having special needs, including autism. Police said his 16-year-old sister, Tylee Ryan, was devoted to him. The FBI and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children were part of the search. Police said this doorbell camera footage was the last known video of JJ. But police said the children's mother, Lori Vallow, wasn't helping to find them and had never reported them missing at all. JJ and Tylee's extended family hired private investigator Rich Robertson for help.
I mean, that's the most mysterious thing. I mean, all of this attention and all of this speculation, all this anxiety would just simply evaporate if they just said, here are the kids.
But Lori and Chad stayed quiet, issuing a statement via their attorney at the time calling Chad a, quote, loving husband and Lori a, quote, devoted mother. As the search continued for JJ and Tylee, East Idaho News' Nate Eaton tracked the couple down on the sunny island of Kauai, thousands of miles away from Idaho.
Just tell us where they are. Chad, where are Lori's kids?
Police executing a search warrant on the couple in their car found Tylee's cell phone and items belonging to JJ, but there was no sign of the kids.
Got a search warrant for you guys.
Chad and Lori were also confronted by Dateline.
It's heading out today?
No comment.
Where are your kids? There's a lot of people who are worried about your kids. Are you guys worried about them?
Authorities in Idaho had given Lori a January 30th deadline to prove the kids were okay, but she didn't show up. Then, on February 20th, Lori was arrested in Kauai and charged with felony desertion of JJ and Tylee and misdemeanor charges of resisting and obstructing an officer, solicitation of a crime, and contempt. Lori made her first court appearance in Kauai before being extradited to Idaho. Her former high school friend, Bernadette Flores Lopez, told Inside Edition Digital at the time she couldn't believe the girl she remembered as a devout Mormon cheerleader was in the news for this. And speculation swirled about how this mom of 3 got to this place.
I think she's so brainwashed and so far gone. This person that she's married to is writing books about doomsday and the end of the world. And, I know her book, her Mormon religion don't teach that.
Chad wrote about his ability to communicate with people on the other side of the veil and see into the future after having 2 near-death experiences. His ideas also included the existence of past lives and that people could become possessed by demons or zombies.
Ideas that Chad and Lori had about reincarnation weren't just a theological idea. They set Lori and Chad apart as significant figures. They didn't just teach that the second coming was near. They taught that they would be the leaders in a movement leading up to the second coming.
Then, in June, investigators searching Chad Daybell's land discovered JJ and Tylee's remains. They said they had used cell phone data from Lori's brother, Alex Cox, to find the remains, which they believe Alex buried there. Chad was arrested and charged with willfully destroying, concealing, or altering evidence, and conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence. He has pleaded not guilty and has denied all allegations of wrongdoing.
Anything you want to say, Chad?
During his preliminary hearing, the court heard this phone call between Chad and Lori on the day the children's remains were found.
Are you okay?
The audio is hard to hear at times, but it sounds like Chad tells Lori he feels relieved.
I'm feeling pretty calm. I would call Mark, though, maybe.
Lori is also facing felony charges of conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence in the case of JJ and Tylee. She has also pleaded not guilty and denied all allegations of wrongdoing. Meanwhile, the investigation into Lori's husband Charles's death and the death of Chad's first wife Tammy continue. The state of Idaho announced Chad and Lori are under investigation for conspiracy, attempted murder, and/or murder in Tammy's death. Julie Rowe, an author who worked with Chad, told Inside Edition Digital something he said just before Tammy's death disturbed her.
3 weeks before Tammy dies, he said to me, and he was kind of in this frustrated voice, "My plan can't move forward until Tammy's dead."
Police in Arizona say Lori remains a person of interest in the shooting death of her fourth husband, who was seen in this body cam footage trying to get police to help Lori.
So how does she pose a threat to your children?
I don't know what she's going to do with them. I don't know if she's going to flee with them, she's going to hurt them.
Charles Vallow had filed a petition for Lori to undergo an emergency mental health evaluation in January 2019, months before he was shot and killed by Lori's brother, Alex Cox. Cox himself died in December, and his death remains under investigation. Charles tells police multiple times he is worried Lori could hurt someone.
I want her to get help.
Yeah.
She's my wife. I love her to death. Something's going on.
Okay.
And if she wants me gone, fine. I'll do all that stuff. I just don't want her hurt.
Okay.
I just don't want her hurt. I don't want to hurt anybody else.
As JJ and Tylee's extended families are left to mourn the children, many say Charles's warnings about Lori went unheeded. All have vowed to continue to fight for justice for JJ and Tylee. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Kaelyn Forde.